What's up, everybody? Back for another Honkai Star Rail video. This is going to be a video on the best characters to use for the upcoming Apocalyptic Shadow. Apocalyptic Shadow has been out for a little bit, but I mean, hey, most of y'all are asleep. Like, let's be honest, how many of you actually stay up for the reset, right? Let me know in the comments. Do you do it in the morning? Do you do it right when it comes out? Do you wait a little bit? Let me know, because I'm very, very curious. But this Apocalyptic Shadow is pretty interesting because we have a new mechanic with Hule where he pretty much says 1v1 me, bro, and you straight up actually just 1v1 him. You get a bunch of HP. It's pretty cool. Unfortunately, they decided to give him imaginary resistance, so just say you hate me day. You know, the main character who you'd think would be really fun to use on that. It's fine. We got Blade, we got Yunli, I guess, but, you know, it is very unfortunate. So, the buff this time is when you weakness break them, you get healed, and then your Memo Sprite skill damage is increased by 25%, and your skill damage is increased by 15%, right? The buffs for the first boss, the Swarm, is while any character following the Path of Edition is on the team, increase all allies, all type res pen by 15%. Pretty much heard a buff. Then increase ult damage by 50%, effect res by 50%. Which is pretty much like a Yun Li. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Then we have after an ally, target consumes their own HP, increase the damage up by 55% for 3 turns, aka Mide or Castoris. Then for Hule, we have when an ally target breaks the enemy target's weakness, increase ally speed by 20% for 2 turns. After an ally target HP was consumed, they restore HP because of 6% of the HP consumed. This can restore a maximum percent of 50% per turn. And then increase allies targets follow attack damage for 30% and additional 30 when their weakness broken. Right? Pretty cool stuff there, right? But anyway, let's jump into the actual tier list portion so you guys can get a better idea. So, first things first, we gotta rank the meta characters. This is gonna be characters like RMC, HMC, literally just every single sustain. Quoho is gonna be there. Runmei is gonna be there. Like, honestly, I should probably just leave this the same every time at this point, just to save the time of me going through these the same 10 characters and putting the same 10 characters up every single time. But you guys get it at this point. Broken record. It's literally just all the good supports and all the good sustains, and then that's it. There you go. Then we'll get this out of the way. DPS that work for both sides. Castoris, they're both weak to Quantum. They both have HP drain-esque skills. And then Anaxa can implant weakness, so he doesn't really give a fuck what they're weak to. He'll just do it regardless. Right now, do keep in mind they have resistance to any type that they aren't weak to, because that's just how they roll. But you know, that is totally fine. Then for good characters, we have Mide for the first one. You still have to actually break their weakness, right, to do the big damage at the end. So even though Hule 1v1ing Mide would be really cool to watch, he can't break his weakness, so we aren't getting to the point we need to get to. Which is pretty unfortunate, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. But Mide should work pretty good. I will go over what teams you'd run with each character at the end, by the way, just because I didn't really have a way to be like, Mide, graph down, and then put more characters without moving them, right? That's probably something I should look into to make this a bit better. But yeah, we'll just go down the list here. Herda, I mean, you saw their addition buff, right? Rappa will be pretty good for this one as well. Feijia will be good for Hule because the fall attack stuff. Yunli will be very good for Hule, especially when you get into the 1v1 state. Firefly can work. I feel like Firefly, especially at E0, definitely is like a bit rough to use, but he is naturally just weak to fire, right? There's 2 enemies on the side, so she can like hit them as well, or hit them and then hit Hule as well, because you want to hit the side enemies a lot because they do a lot of toughness. The 1v1 could be pretty interesting with Firefly. That's why I'm reluctant to put her any higher than can work, right? Because I'm pretty sure it would just drain through your Sam stuff. But I haven't tested it, so take that with a grain of salt. If someone knows in the comments if it drains your Sam state, let me know. If it does, then geez, yeah, I don't know if she's usable, bro. Bootho's another character who can work as well, especially with the 1v1, because you gain HP. I don't know if you get close to death, because I'm pretty sure you get healed every time you attack, so you just be able to tear into Hule in that like little instance. Acheron is a character who can work. The bugs, when you defeat them, the side enemies implant debuffs for Acheron. However, there is the lightning res, which is a bit annoying, so I'm going to put her in can work, because You still need to actually do damage in the day once you break him. It's not just an instant win button. You still actually need to be able to do damage to him. Jade. I feel like Jade would be actually pretty decent for this one, so I'm putting it up there. I like my knowledge on Jade is so low, but considering it's just AoE kill the bugs, they're weak to quantum. Like, why would Jade not be good for that? You know. Then we have. There he is. Yes, I'm putting Blade up here. Blade should be absolutely insane in this. There's an HP drain stuff. Hule 1v1s him and hits him, and then he heals and counters and all that. Blade should work. Like, okay, we'll put him in can work. We'll put him in can work because he should work. I know Blade kind of sucks, but if you got dupes in him because of the 50-50 change, if you have dupes in your supports, like, Blade should just work, right? Especially once Blade gets his buffs, he'll be in here, like, for sure, but that's unfortunately not going to happen before this one goes away. But if we get this one again, there's HP drain, you fight Hule, Blade will cook. Blade will cook. Now, unfortunately, like, I don't know if I want to put Zele in here. I need to like actually use her myself before I'm confident putting her in can work for any of these. If anything, she probably would be here for the bug. But I'm not confident enough putting in there. Jingyun has no business being in this Apocalyptic Shadow. Dot is Dot. It is what it is. They're not weak to lightning. Donhang, we would need some love. Like, we need those buffs, bro. We need those buffs. And the funny enough, Aggravated Strip, it has like no purpose being here, like at all. She like none of them wake to lightning. Like, the buffs don't really help her. It's Mel's right skill damage. She doesn't do skill damage. So if you pulled Aga as your DPS recently, you're kind of fucked, unfortunately. That's just what it is. But other than that, these are pretty much the teams. For Mide, you're pretty much want to use such like the RMC, Tribby, a good healer. Herda uses another Erudition character. Could be Jade, could be Serval, could be Herda, could be Argenti. And then someone like Wolfo. Rappa just use the break team, run May, Gallagher, / Lynx, / Fugue, HMC, right? Jade, Jade teams, I swear, are different every time I look at them, bro. Normally they have like Robin stuff in them though. Akron, it's just Zhao Q and your supports, right? Fei Zhao is just follow-up attack team, you know, Aventurine, Topaz, all that. Yunli, same thing, sort of. You want to run Robin, you want to run Huo, and then, you know, you can either have another support like RMC is pretty good for true damage. Firefly, same as Rapid break team, but you use Sunday, right? Blade, whatever works, bro. Like, whatever you got to do to make Blade good, bro. And then Castoris will be using stuff like Gallagher, Luocha, Tribby, RMC, and then Anaxa. Depending on how you want to use him, if you want to use him as a like sub DPS, you'd probably run him with Herda or another Erudition character. Or if you just want to solo DPS with him, you'd probably just run shit like, you know, your classic like Sunday, Tribby / like RMC / whoever, whatever the hell support you want to use, and then go from there. That's pretty much it for the video. I am going to be testing a few more teams to see anything crazy works. I'm very curious on Boot Hill and Firefly. But man, every time I see someone post about Firefly, it's about how shit she is now. It's so sad. Like I have an E1 Firefly, but that E1 is definitely not saving her as well. It's rough. It's rough here to be a Firefly fan. Hopefully now that I have Fugue, we could see some stuff cook. Even though Fugue doesn't really help Firefly too much, you know, at least like there, you know, I guess. But we'll see. Anyway, let me know what you guys use in the comments to clear this. Do you think it was hard? Do you think it was easier than before? Let me know. And of course, I will catch y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching.